Well, guys, it is Friday. Sports fans, welcome to Full Count, Sports Memo's MLB betting coverage show, coming to you live every weekday, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. My friends, we're going to be covering baseball with some of the best handicappers, analysts, columnists, and sports bettors on the planet. We're going to be giving out free picks on several games for today's card and plenty of time for you to get down on those free picks. I'm your host, world champion handicapper in Las Vegas' biggest daily sports bettor, Joe D'Amico. Joining me and giving out today's winners. Guys, we got an all-star cast today for Friday, allowing you to go into the weekend with a bankroll. We've got Jeff Michael, a.k.a. JM Sports, and Kevin Thomas. Guys, welcome, Jeff. Welcome, Kevin. How are you guys today?
Good. Good to see you again, Joe.
Well, doing great. Thank you.
I was on, Kevin, always a pleasure. You know, Kevin and I have been doing shows for a couple of years together. Great at what he does. And I really do enjoy doing shows with Jeff. You know, he's been around. He's no newbie to picking winners for you great people out there. He's been on the leaderboards over at SportsMemo for quite some time. He's a little new to doing some of the shows, but he's really acclimated quite well. And today you got a double dose of Jeff. He was on the First Family Show this morning, and we had a lot of fun with Jeff. As we said, a double dose sounds like an adult film from the 70s. So Jeff is a good sport, but he's even better at picking winners. Guys, we have two items I'd like to tell you about before we go into our first of three roundtable games and then our best bet segment. My friend, Sports Memo is so close to 5,000 subscribers. Please help us reach our goal. We want to hit 5,000 by this weekend. Subscribe to Sports Memo's YouTube channel. Please do it. Get your friends to do it. Get everyone you know to do it. And trust me, it'll pay off in dividends because the more subscribers we get, the more customer appreciation offers we are going to offer, okay? Second thing I want to tell you guys about, we've got a great discount. Saving your money, guys, is just as good as making your money, and it's never too early to do either. Football's right around the corner. We have a huge discount, bringing you your favorite capper or cappers for just $7.99 for both the NCAA and NFL seasons, plus an added bonus of wager bucks. Use code football100. Guys, without any further ado, it is Friday. And let me tell you, our goal here every day on the Full Count Show and all the shows we do over at SportsMemo is to make you money. And I want you to know that going into the weekend with a bankroll, to me, is always a little special, a little more special than the rest of the week because we're not going to do another show until Monday. So we have three roundtable games. The first of three roundtable games, my friend, this is a great game. I'm very excited about it. We're going to be talking about the Brewers at the Reds. Currently, my friends, and this is really interesting, Milwaukee had a stronghold on the Central, and now they are sitting 2 games back. But just what the doctor ordered today, I don't know, as they play the worst team in the division in the Cincinnati Reds. Currently, Cincinnati, which shocked me a little bit this morning, they're currently, even the dogs in the D'Amico household are excited about this game, guys. They are currently $1.10, 9.5 over -115. Let's go to Jeff of JM Sports. Jeff Michaels, please tell us your take, Brewers Reds.
Yeah, guys, you know, I've said it before on other shows, but I really like Eric Lauer and what he's done this year. He's 5-2 with a 3.36 ERA, but I think even more in this game, I like the total. You know, both teams are putting up over 5 runs per game against the division. Milwaukee's 17-12 over under against the Central, and Cincinnati's 15-8, including 6 games head to head that have gone over the total. Cincinnati's gone over more than most teams at home this year. 18-11 over under, and they're putting up 6 runs per game, and they're allowing 5.7. They're 20-8 over under at home against starting pitchers who strike out 5 or more batters per game in the last 2 seasons. And they're 13-4 over under at home against bullpens with a whip of 1.35 or better. Not to mention Hunter Green's on the mound again for Cincinnati, who's already faced Milwaukee twice this year, with obviously both of those starts going over the total. But Lauer, they've gone over the total in his last 3 starts. He's had a 6.6 ERA, and they've gone over 4 out of his 6 road starts where he's had a 5.05 ERA. So the team's also 18-5 over under on the road in his starts against teams that strand 7 or less runners per game. And Milwaukee's gone over the total in 5 of their last 7 games overall. So I really do like this one being a high score and going over that 9.5.
Sports fans, Jeff Michaels, another great breakdown and analysis. I got to tell you, Jeff, your breakdown and analysis is just amazing, and you've got some great angles there. Guys, Jeff likes over 9.5 in that game, and he knows these teams very, very well. Before we got on the air, He was telling me about these things, and he even told me a few things that I didn't know, and I thought I knew everything. Jeff, great breakdown, great analysis. Now we're going to go over to the Philly fanatic himself, Kevin Thomas. He's going to tell you what he likes in the Cincinnati Milwaukee matchup. And guys, Kevin, just like Jeff, all over the SportsMemo leaderboards. Let's go to Kevin right now, please.
Yeah, I can't agree more with Jeff on this. I like Eric Lauer too, but last 3 road games, 16 hits, 12 earned runs, and that's in 14 innings of play. So I think Eric Lauer has to prove something to his teammates and himself that he can get it done on the road. I do have a best bet on this side, so I am going to go the opposite of Jeff. I think that 9.5 is a little high here with these two teams that aren't putting up, like the Brewers don't put up a lot of runs. I know Hader is out for this game because of paternity, so the bullpen could be a little shaky here, but the Reds at home with Hunter Green, I mean, the kid is 3-7, but you can't overlook his stats. I mean, he throws velocity. The high for a rookie, he's throwing 100 miles for a fastball. And then his next pitch is a 98, 97-mile fastball. I know the Brewers got to him already, but this Hunter Green, I mean, he's just getting better and better with the reps he's getting. I think this is going to be under. I think the weather and everything. I just like Hunter Green here. I like the under and the 9.5. I think that's a little too high. I could see maybe 8, but I'm going to fade Jeff and take the under 9.5.
Sports fans, we have our first disagreement of the show. And guys, I tell you, this is why I love SportsMemo. You don't have cookie cutouts of the same handicapper speaking the same thing. You have documented winning cappers looking at the same game and having different points of views. And that's what we want to bring you. We don't just want to bring you the same guy saying the same thing. We want to bring you something to appeal to everybody out there. And Kevin, great breakdown. I got to tell you, man, I love Jeff's breakdown. I love your breakdown. I'm on the fence now. I don't know what to do, so I'm staying away from this one. But I've got to tell you, this is why we really do love SportsMemo, guys. You're not going to get the same guy saying the same thing. 2 great documented winning cappers, 2 different angles on the same game. You got to love that. Guys, don't go anywhere. We have our second of 3 roundtable games before we go to our best bet segment. And the second roundtable game, guys, you're going to have to love this. You know, a big Yankee fan, they're playing as good. They're playing great baseball. As a matter of fact, I looked at them today, and I did the math on them, and they're on pace to win 121 games. Now, as a Yankee fan, I don't want them to win 121 games. I want them to win less. That makes sense down the road, you know. You don't want them doing 121 games. It seems like, even though it's out of reach, and, I would like rather them, 104, 105, 106 take their division. However, they're playing within the division. Now, the last few years, the Yankees, their Achilles heel has been their pitching. This year, they're pitching currently ranked number 1. However, guys, over the years, they've had trouble with both the Blue Jays and the Rays. They're playing the Blue Jays today. Currently, Blue Jays, second place, 10 games back in the division. I am very interested to see what Jeff and Kevin have on this game currently. New York 110. Total 9/15. Jeff Michaels, JM Sports. Tell us your take on this game.
Yeah, Joe, you might like this. Three stats, 3 trends that stuck out to me immediately. The Yankees are 25-3 against teams that average 0.6 errors or less per game. They're winning by over 3.5 runs. They're 15-2 this year on the money line after 4 more consecutive home games. And they're 27-6 on the money line after winning 6 or 7 of their last 8 games overall, all of which the Yankees have done and are now up against tonight in Toronto. And Montgomery's on the mound for the Yankees. He's just 0-1 on the road, but he's only posted a 2.84 ERA in his 5 starts. And the team's won his last 3 starts, even though they've just won 1 out of 5 of his road starts. But like you said, Joe, the Yankees have won 18 of their last 21 games overall. They're putting up over 5.5 runs, and they're allowing under 2.5 runs per game. And they're 31-11 against right-handed pitchers this year, putting up over 5 runs per game in those games too. And they've won 6 out of 9 of the head-to-head games against Toronto. While you look at Toronto's side, teams on the money line between a plus or minus 125 off a division loss as a favorite of 150 or higher. When they have a winning record and they're playing against a team with a winning record, they're just 15-46 in the last 5 years, giving the Yankees a 75% win percentage in that trend.
Jeff Michaels, another good breakdown. Wow. Jeff, once again, between you and Kevin today, I feel like a newbie to this because I'm picking up some great tidbits I was not aware of. I will tell you, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. They're playing very good ball. Love your breakdown as usual. Kevin Thomas, always a pleasure to have you on the show. And I've got to tell you, your breakdowns, your analysis, you really do appeal to a streetwise player. Jeff was a little more technical on that. I'm interested to hear a streetwise player angle. Tell us your breakdown. Yankees, Blue Jays, currently New York 110, 9/15.
Yeah, that line kind of scares me a little bit. I would, if I was going to bet it, I'd probably lean towards the Blue Jays just because that line's just so low. New York just came off a battle with the Rays and stuff. So, but I like Jordan Montgomery. I don't think he gets enough credit. I mean, that whole bullpen and pitching staff for the Yankees, I know we all, everyone says how they're great, but do we really know each individual guy? I mean, over the years past, we always relied on the home runs with the Yankees. Now they got the pitching to go with it. And the Blue Jays, I mean, they just came off with the Orioles, and they didn't look – I wasn't too sold on them. And then they got Stripling going today, and his last two of his 3 wins against KC and Detroit, I'm not seeing why this line's 110. I wouldn't touch it. I mean, if I was forced to, I would go Blue Jays just because that minus 110 just seems way too low. I know it's a divisional game and it's a must win for the Blue Jays at home, but I would take the Blue Jays plus the money, but I'm not going to touch it.
Kevin Thomas said he's going to stay away, but if he had to play, he would go Blue Jays. Let me ask you this, Kevin. You made a really good point. As a professional handicapper and a sports bettor in your own right, sometimes you look at a game, let's talk baseball specifically, and when a line like this is what you think it should be a little differently, does it scare you like the odds makers know something you don't, like they're putting something out to trap you? Is that something that you look at when you look at a line like this? Because you touched base on that a moment ago.
Yeah, like yesterday I was all over the opposite of the Angels, and I got screwed,
Okay.
But I follow those lines. I look at injuries, then I get a little bit of social media, try to look in the wives and the girlfriends, see what might be going on, birthdays, stuff like that, and then I go right to the, then I go to the breakdown of pitchers and past history and stuff. But like I said, Jordan Montgomery, I think guy's been a stud all season. I think his ERA is under 3, and if the Yankees are scoring 5, right there we go. But that minus 110, I would think minus 125, 130. I don't get it. I'm not seeing it. That's why I wouldn't bet it.
So sometimes things look too good to be true, so you stay away. That makes a lot of sense. I will say this. We had John Ryan and I were talking on this show last week, and we talked about 1 or 2 teams, and it just seems like when your lineup is scoring almost 5 runs a game or 5 runs a game, the pitchers are going to pitch better because they know that if they give up a home run, they give up a couple of walks, they give up a couple of, seeing guy singles and a guy scores, they don't have to get yanked. They don't have to worry about it because your lineup is going to score runs. And it seems like the Yankee pitching staff, among 1 or 2 others in all of baseball, they give up a home run, they give up a run here, a couple of walks, which turns into a run. They're still laid back. The pressure is off them. And I think there's a couple of pitching staffs in baseball, and the Yankees are certainly one of them, that the pressure is off them right now. Even though they're number 1, normally you're number 1, the pressure is to stay 1. So, but I think that there's a few staffs that really do, Kevin and Jeff, that, they know that if they give up a home run or they give up a couple of runs, they don't have to get yanked or they don't have to get worried. They don't have to worry. They still have a lineup that can still produce, and it takes the pressure off. It's a good breakdown, Kevin. Sports fans,
well, if I was gonna bet it, I would definitely. I always look at Judge and Stanton against the pitcher they're facing, and then sometimes Torres. They're the 3 guys that I'm trying to figure out how that pitcher fared against them, because I don't look at the whole team, because so many players switch every year. I throw that out the window, and most of the pitchers are switched, team from team all the time too. So I never really look at their past history. I look at them versus like 3 or 4 players from each team just to see where that is. And Judge by far is MVP this year with the way he's playing.
Yeah, he's on pace. As a matter of fact, Jeff and I were talking before the show. Got one of my birthday presents in the mail. A Judge 2017 Rookie of the Year ball signed to me. It was kind of nice. Just came in 10 minutes before we went on the air. So we're excited about Aaron Judge this year. But another great breakdown. Sports fans, we're going to our third of 3 roundtable games and then our best bet segment. Our third roundtable game that's going to be covered by Jeff and Kevin today is going to be the Twins at the Diamondbacks. This is an interesting matchup. I know that I look at when I'm handicapping or even betting baseball, I really have to do my due diligence even more over than normal when I'm looking at an interleague game. Trends and streaks, and, it really changes a lot of the dynamics of handicapping and betting baseball when the interleague comes about. Here's an interleague game, Twins at Diamondbacks. You got Minnesota, who right now just have a 2-game lead in the Central. Diamondbacks, at times they look good. I know overall their record is horrible, but let's face it, they're in a division with 3 very good teams in San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. Maybe that's their only crime because they have showed signs of brilliance this year. They have showed signs of just being deplorable this year. Interested to see Jeff Michaels because I know he's got his finger on the pulse of what happens with a team like this. Jeff, can you tell us your take on the Twins at Diamondbacks, currently Minnesota, $1.30, 9 over 120? Take it away, JM.
Yeah, I don't know. This game has me hesitant. There's reasons I like Minnesota. I like Devin Smeltzer on the mound. I mean, the team's 3-0 in his road starts. He's only had 6 starts, but they've won all 3 of his road starts. They've won his last 3 straight, and they've won 4 out of his last 5 starts on the mound on the season. And he's allowing opponents to hit just 179 at night. And Minnesota, but their offense hasn't really been able to produce much in the last couple of games. They haven't hit a home run in the last 2 games, but they are 7-1 on the money line on the road after back-to-back games without a home run this year. And they have Byron Buxton, who's second in the league in home runs, who I think may not be a bad idea to sprinkle some money on a prop bet for him to go deep on Bumgarner today, since Bumgarner's given up at least 1 home run in 7 out of his last 9 starts. But Minnesota's put up under 3 runs a game in their last 5, and Arizona's put up over 25 runs in their last 4 games. When you look back against 2 teams that are over 500 playing in that kind of situation, that favors Arizona 13-6 with the higher producing offense coming out on top. But Arizona's lost 4 straight starts with Bumgarner, and 3 of those starts consecutively have been shutouts. They were shut out at Philly, they were shut out at Cincinnati, and then they were shut out against Atlanta too. So yeah, 0 runs of run support in his last 3 starts, and the team's just 2-4 in his home starts on the year. And they're just 8-33 on the money line in June over the last 2 seasons. So maybe Minnesota. I do like Buxton to go yard, but I'm probably avoiding this game.
All right. Sports fans, Jeff says if he had to, he'd go Minnesota, but overall he'd be avoiding it. Remember something, guys. You don't have to bet every single game that's on the board. You don't have to bet every TV game. You don't have to bet every Monday night football game, so to speak. Guys, I'll tell you right now, if you stay away, there's no crime in that. Jeff says he's staying away. It's a good breakdown, though, Jeff. We really do appreciate your analyses are just amazing. They're informative. They're full of good different angles of content. We appreciate you. Let's go to Kevin Thomas. KT, your take. Twins, D-backs, Minnesota, 130, 9 over 20.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with Jeff. It's a little shady there. I would look towards the Twins here, but I would bet the over 120. Devin Smoltzer on the mound, like he said, only 6 starts. Team's 3-0, last 3, but he's pitching in Arizona, and kind of like Colorado, it's dry, and the ball tends to travel there. I'm not sure if Martell is going to play for the Diamondbacks. He was injured. I think that's why the line actually went up. So I think he is going to play. I could see a couple long balls here going. So I like Bumgarner. I wanted the Phillies to get him when he was up for. He eats innings. The velocity's down. He's still got movement, but these Twins hitters, I think they come alive tonight. I think this is going to be one of those 5-6 games. I don't know who I wouldn't bet to win. I would bet the over 9 though. I like a 5-6 score here.
There you go, sports fans. Kevin Thomas, another great breakdown. He says he likes the over a touch there. That's a really good breakdown, Kevin. Sports fans, don't go anywhere. We have our most exciting portion of the show, our best bet segment. Excuse me. But before we do that, I want to throw a special shout out. Guys, no matter how much talent you have, you're only as good as your front office. and your coaching staff. And I want to send a shout out to our buddy Chris, who's behind the scenes doing batters, doing close-ups for us today. As you may have noticed, there's no mistakes today. That's because Chris is in charge of that. We have the best supporting staff over at SportsMemo. Chris is certainly one of the best at it, and we appreciate you, Chris. You're in the back there. Guys, he's waving to everybody. That's why I'm not mucking up the batters today or the close-ups. Chris is in charge of it. So if you think I got good at it, don't fool yourself. We have somebody who's a lot better at it. But I want to say thank you to Chris and the entire supporting staff over at SportsMemo, guys, because without them, we couldn't be winning ball games. And I'll tell you what, we win a lot of ball games because of them. So, without having said that, don't go anywhere, guys. Our most exciting portion of the show, the best bet segment, where each of our contributors today are going to be giving out a best bet play. And I'm going to chime in on this. So be ready in a few minutes to lower the volume on your tablet or computer. My friends, we're going to go to Jeff Michaels first, JM Sports. He's got a best bet he wants to tell you about, but he's also going to tell you perhaps what he's excited about tonight or over the weekend, maybe on the premium side over at SportsMemo. Jeff, take it away.
Yeah, guys, I got a big 4% MLB play actually up on SportsMemo today. I'm on a 69% run on MLB sides plays 4 units and higher, cashing in on over 121 units over that run. But today's free best bet for you on here is going to be the Red Sox plus that 110 the last time I checked. But they're a dog with Waka on the mound going against his old team. In his last 7 starts, they went favorite, but still. Waka last 7 starts, 3-1. I mean, he's got a 2.50 ERA, and he's pitching at home where he's got an ERA under 1 this season in 4 starts. The team, they're 21-9 in Waka's starts at home with a money line between plus or minus 125 in his career. And this Boston team is 11-2 in their last 13 games. I mean, regardless of who's pitching, they're putting up 5 runs per game, and the pitching staff is allowing just 2.1 runs to the opposition. And they've also had one of the best records in interleague play over the last 2 years, posting an 18-6 record, winning by almost 2 runs a game. Where St. Louis, on the other hand, they've won 5 out of their last 7, but all teams on a money line losing as bad as they did in their previous game is 46-15 betting against them in the last 5 years. It's over 75% to the opponent. And road teams on a money line of plus or minus 125 off back-to-back games with 2 or more errors, playing against them is 44-15 in the last 5 years. And that's another reason to bet against the Cardinals defense that has been relatively error-prone recently.
Sports fans, Jeff Michaels, JM Sports says take the Red Sox tonight. Guys, after the show, go over to SportsMemo. Take advantage of some of those great customer appreciation discounts they have to offer. Follow Jeff, and I promise you, you will follow him all the way to the bank. Let's go over to Kevin Thomas, who just might be the best-looking guy on the show today. It's kind of pissing me off, I'll be honest with you about that. But he's a good-looking son of a gun. He's got his Phillies hat on today. I got my Yankees hat. Look at this. We're all repping our teams. And Jeff has got his Cleveland hat on. Guys, it's an interesting, always an interesting analysis and always a great best bet because Kevin Thomas is a perennial leaderboard fixture over at SportsMemo. Kevin's going to tell you what he's got going on tonight, perhaps over the weekend, what he's excited about, and he's got another free winner for you. KT, take it away.
First and foremost, happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful weekend here. I'm actually going to get off here and watch some PI Pennsylvania State softball, girls softball. I got a couple girls playing tonight. I'm excited for that. Over at SportsMemo, I got a couple good deals on the Diamond going right now. You can still jump on those. I haven't been doing the best on the Diamond. I think my last 2 days I've been pretty bad, but I'm 16-12 in June. I'm still one of the top profit guys. I think last 30 days up. I don't know the numbers. Don't be mad, Chris. But my free winner is going to be on the Reds. I went back to that. I like the minus 110. I mean, earlier that was a plus 100. Now we're at minus 110. Like I said, don't give up on Hunter Green. The kid is a stud. 100-mile velocity is his average pitch. No other pitcher in MLB matches that. And then you look at the Brewers, Hader out, paternity leave, and then you got Eric Lauer on the mound, who has been inconsistent on the road. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Reds here minus 110. And if you don't mind, I throw another one out there. Over on my Twitter, you always find a free prop. Brian Reynolds for the Pirates. 1 RBI plus 180. I love that play today.
Sports fans, Kevin Thomas says the Reds, and he also sprinkled a little prop bet, which we love that. Now, Kevin, you know how I hate to stir the pot, but while you were talking, Jeff sent me a text message, said BS. That's BS. He's much better looking than you. I hate to stir the pot. Those are his words, not mine. I'm just kidding, guys. Guys, go over to SportsMemo after the show. Follow Kevin. He is all over leaderboards. And, guys, he's always there. They might as well staple his name up on those SportsMemo leaderboards. Now it's time to lower the volume on your tablet, headset, PC, phone, because I am very excited about something. Now, I swept the board again last night, winning in both NBA and MLB. Sports fans, my baseball is certainly heating up, as it usually does going into All-Star break. Today, I've isolated one big winner for you in my coveted MLB best bet play. They're on a 6-1 run, and today's my strongest yet this season. This is by far the best bet on the MLB board, in my opinion. It's available right now at SportsMemo for $15. Now, guys, I want to make a preemptive strike. Normally, I just piss off bookmakers or one or two listeners. Today, I'm going to piss off an entire city. So, as I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Let me go to my best bet, guys. A few years ago, if it wasn't a COVID year with a strange schedule and strange rules, Los Angeles Dodgers, they don't win the pennant. Therefore, they don't win the World Series. While this team certainly has a lot of talent, I'm not going to debate that. They lack heart. That's right. I said it. They lack heart. This is a team that had a stronghold in the NL West and now sit a half game behind San Diego in the division. Meanwhile, over on the American League side, Cleveland, they've won 4 in a row, 13 of their last 16 to climb within just 2 games of the Twins in this Central. I know how many people like Clayton Kershaw, but he's been dealing with an injury, and this will be just his 3rd start in 5 weeks. So let's face it, guys, a few of his last starts, they haven't been stellar. He comes off his shortest stint so far this season, going just 4 innings less than a week ago in a loss at San Francisco. Zach Plesac, he's had 3 solid outings in a row, as the team has won 2 of those 3 outings. And I think for sure they can get at least 5 to 6 innings out of him today. And that's going to be big for this team. Guys, the Guardians' bats have certainly heated up, while the Dodgers lineup, they've cooled down quite a bit. They've accounted for just 8 total runs in the last 5 outings. Cleveland, 4-0 the last 4 versus the NL West, 5-0 the last 5 interleague road games, 4-1 the last 5 versus left-handed starters. I just don't think the Dodgers' bats are going to be reliable here. I'm going to take Cleveland on the run line. That's plus 1.5, plus about $1.10, $1.15. You see $1.15 here in the battle. But, guys, I'm sprinkling a little something, as I said, a little something on them straight up on the money line. I see plus 250, 260, 270. Let's take the median, 260. I like this team tonight. I think the Dodgers are going to have some problems going into All-Star break. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think they win that division. So that's it. I said it. They don't have heart. All right. And if you have any problems, make sure you send Chris all your comments about hating me. I'll give you Chris's Twitter handle. I won't take him. No, I'm just kidding. Guys, before we do a couple of announcements and take off, it is Friday. It's the weekend before Father's Day. We want to wish everyone out there a happy Father's Day. Guys, I got to tell you, to you brothers, fathers, stepdads, uncles, grandfathers, happy Father's Day. You deserve it. Oh, before some announcements, Jeff, any closing thoughts or comments before we say goodbye for the weekend?
Yeah, no, we got a nice heat wave up here in Cleveland, so hopefully the good weather passes along to everybody else to enjoy a nice weekend for all the fathers out there.
Kevin Thomas, closing thoughts or comments for everyone out there?
Oh, yeah. Get outside and enjoy it. And my daughters better have got me something good.
I love it. Look, sports fans, be sure. You made me laugh, Kev. Thank you. Be sure to tune in every weekday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, to the show Full Count. SportsMemo's MLB betting coverage show comes to you live with special guests each and every day. We want to thank you for tuning in to Full Count. We appreciate everybody that will chat and subscribe. Make your comments, but subscribe. Please subscribe. We want to hit 5,000. I love that. We want to hit 5,000 subscribers this weekend, and we need your help to do it. Come on, guys. Do it for us. It'll make us happy, and we in turn are going to continue to make you happy. Chris is making me laugh with all those banners. I love Chris. And don't forget that Football 100 discount code. Guys, it's never too early to save money. Football's right around the corner. Follow these great cappers like Jeff, Kevin, myself, the other great cappers at SportsMemo during baseball. They will build up your bankroll. But come football, guys, you follow one of these great cappers. Take advantage of it now. This is the lowest price you're going to see for college and pro football campaigns. Period. All right? It's time to say goodbye. My friends, on behalf of Sports Memo, Jeff, Kevin, myself, Joe D'Amico, good luck and have a winning day.